Hold on. I'm gonna kick this off. All right. Okay. 4 minutes.
Yeah, boy. Training 101.
I got my man John here from Online Technologies.
I won't do that again.
You seen this guy before, Kojak. And you know who I am.
All right. So let's start with the big one. And then I'll go over what you do.
Now, what are we doing here? Can you explain to the people?
Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to go give a brief tutorial about particularly how this X32
you know what?
has
I think I
been
need
set up.
to turn my camera this way. Now, there we go.
Okay. Basically, we're going to do a brief tutorial over the Behringer X32, how it's been set up here at Emmanuel. There are some different ways to set it up, but this is kind of the basics for it. We're going to go over the main board here in just a second. This is actually just a poster that comes with it. You have several sections. I was hoping it was going to be like completely flat on, but so this section right up here, that's your gain and preamp section. That's how you're going to adjust how sensitive your microphones are.
I got to record.
Okay.
Man.
Okay. This is our noise gate and our compressor section right here. This will make a lot more sense when we're actually on the soundboard. This is our equalizer section.
Okay.
Right in here. Here we have our bus sends. That's going to adjust where the monitor mixes are. I typically don't use that much. It's a lot easier to do it from here and from here, but I'll get into that here in just a second. This is your main sends. This is where you can choose. In this particular setup, we don't have a stereo setup. We have it set up mono. So that means whatever comes out the left side is also going to come out the right side. But if you had a stereo setup, that's where you would do that. You can also see maybe up here, that's where you do your USB recording. If you have a USB thumb drive plugged in, you'll be able to record WAV files directly to that. Going over here, we have the channel strips, and there are 16 channel strips. So you can see each one is a separate instrument. And right now, when we get on the board, you'll see how they work in layers. Over here are our bus sends and what are called DCA. A DCA is just a fancy way of saying a group of instruments. So if all of our vocal mics will be on one DCA, all of our instruments will be on another DCA, so on and so forth. Okay. Up here is our LCD panel. All right, and that's going to be able to a visual representation of everything that we're working on here. And it'll tell us what the equalizer is, how the compressor is set up, everything. You can see here, that's your feedback. You can see how much signal you're getting in. We'll get a little bit more into this, but these are all your buttons to select these menus. You have your monitor, like if you had a stage monitor back in the sound booth. Most people don't, but if you did, that's where you would adjust settings there. Talkback lets you talk directly to the musicians up on stage. Down here is our user customizable section. So what that allows us to do is set up recording or presets or anything that we want to do. We can set up here and access them with a single button press. Here is our mute groups. This allows us to mute any, all, or no microphones based on the buttons that we're pressing.